Welcome to Suncoast Fyi. I'm your host, Nancy O'Neill. Today I'm joined by Ron Soto from the Downtown SRQ Enrichment Association, Lauren Kernov and Brenda Pola from the Ringling College Library Association, Marta Hudson and Larry DeSano from the Sarasota Orchid Society, all right here on Suncoast Fyi. The Downtown SRQ Enrichment Association is responsible for many of the exciting events held in Sarasota throughout the year, and New Year's Eve is no exception. Here with me now is Ron Soto, owner of Soto's Optical Boutique, to share the details with all of us about the downtown event that will bring in and ring in the new year. Hey, Ron.
How you doing today?
I'm good. This is very exciting, and it is coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So
Nancy, first of
yes.
all, I want to thank you because you and SNN have been great advocates for downtown and supported us in so many different ways. So thank you very much for that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ron.
So, are you ready to party down this New Year's?
Oh, God, I am. I'm not going to be here, but I know it's going to be a busy
it's going to be
time
the
for
biggest
Sarasota.
and best one we've ever had. All right, so it starts New Year's Eve at 1 o'clock in downtown Sarasota.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. So it starts off, we have a full carnival coming in that comes in with 14 different carnival rides. So you can come in, bring the kids. You can actually get a wristband for one price, and the kids can ride all day long on the carnival rides. And of course, we're going to have food and beverages. And then the music, all right, starts about 8:30. And we have 3 stages with just about every kind of music you might possibly want. So on our main stage, which is on the 1500 block, in the middle of the 1500 block, we have...
For viewers that don't know where that is, what are the crossroads?
Okay, so Lemon and Main Street, that's where
go.
the pineapple is, that we drop the pineapple.
Okay.
And we're going to get to why we drop a pineapple.
Okay, but where's the main stage?
Main stage is on the 1500 block, right in the middle, right next to Cask and Ale.
Okay, all right.
Okay, we have 22N, which is a very popular, great band. They bring in a great light show and everything else. They're on the main stage. They start at 9 o'clock, go till 1 o'clock. At the corner of Lemon and First Street, next to Salute and Madison's, we have Chaz Collins. He is rated as one of the top 10 performers of Florida, so he's great. And he does country music. And then on State Street, we have DJs with more rave and that type of music there. So a little bit of something for everybody.
Okay.
And of course, the pineapple drops at midnight. And people don't realize how big that pineapple is until they stand. It's about 7 feet tall.
I was going to say,
it's
how
huge.
Big? And what's it made of?
It's made of wood and stuff.
Crystals and
so
the outside of it. Yeah.
People always wonder, why do we drop a pineapple? And I always tell them, first of all, pineapple is the international sign of hospitality, which it is. But that particular corner, all right, is called Pineapple Square. So we drop a pineapple because it's Pineapple Square in downtown Sarasota.
Has it always been Pineapple Square?
It has always been Pineapple Square. Of course, Lemon runs into Pineapple right there. So from First Street to Pineapple, right along Lemon, is actual Pineapple Square.
That's so cool.
And at one time, there was going to be a huge building there, which was going to be a condominium called Pineapple Square. It ended up, the name got changed to The Mark, as we know it today. All right, so it's
very interesting.
Right there at the corner where the Gator Club is and Madison's, we drop the pineapple. It's a family event, so bring the family down. Starts early. It goes till 1 o'clock at night, which is when the music stops. Last call for alcohol is at 12:30.
Okay, all right. Now, who and how does this benefit the downtown Sarasota?
So let's start with how it even got started.
Okay.
It was a good friend, Paul Thorpe,
Yes.
who has passed away now, and Ernie Ritz. They came up with this idea to bring in the millennium in 1999. So they dropped a pineapple, brought the rides and stuff like that. And it was such a good success. It's been going on ever since. So this is going to be, what, 24 years now this year that this has been going on. The money that is raised from this, our association gets it, and we actually buy all the Christmas decorations for downtown. We put them up, we take them down, and so when you come down and you see that Christmas tree in the middle of Five Points Park and all the decorations down there, that's where this money goes. So we take that money and dump it right back into downtown Sarasota, enriching it.
And you do, and it looks beautiful, and you do so many other things that help our community.
Well,
and we need more people like you.
We want to bring people downtown, and we want downtown to be a good, safe place for people to shop, stroll, dine, and enjoy.
I just want to go back. You mentioned Paul Thorpe.
Yeah.
Who he was unofficially known as Mr. Downtown.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he was
He
Mr.
was
Downtown officially. Yeah.
Officially. And didn't he also start the parade?
He started the Christmas parade
did.
that we just had.
There you go.
And a good gentleman friend of his, Danny Blue, took that over and continues it the same way that Paul started it.
That's great.
It's a good thing.
Anything else you'd like to share with our viewers before we close today?
I want everybody to be able to come out, have a good time. Again, bring the family. It's family oriented. That's the reason we have the carnival rides and stuff for the kids. And it's always kind of funny because you see the kids and family starts there, and then around 9 o'clock you see it change, and you see the adults out there on the Ferris wheels and
my gosh.
and the rides. So it's kind of fun to watch it all through the evening. But come out, enjoy.
Drink responsibly.
Of course. And you know, the reason that we do this is not everybody can afford to go out and have a $300 dinner at the Ritz or whatever. So this gives the working class and stuff a chance to come out, have a great time.
With your friends and family. I mean, just
And it's been told, and I believe it to be true, that this is the largest party south of Manhattan.
Well.
So if you can't make it to Times Square, Pineapple Square is the best, closest thing to it.
There you go, and it's right here in our downtown.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ron.
All righty. Thanks for having us.
You have a good year, and we'll keep our fingers crossed for weather. Okay. On that note, we'll say goodbye.
Bye-bye now.
Coming up, Lauren Kernov and Brenda Pola from the Ringling College Library Association. So please stay tuned. Since 1981, the Ringling College Library Association has featured the world's leading spokespeople in medicine, arts, government, economics, and much more. Here with me now are Lauren Kernov, the Executive Director of the Association, and Brenda Pola, the Chair of the Town Hall 2023, to tell us about their exciting Town Hall series.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Good morning,
Thank
of course.
you. Good morning.
Please tell our viewers a little bit about the Ringling College Library Association series.
Yeah, so you mentioned kind of the long history of the series, and actually the Ringling College Library Association dates back even further. So the association actually started back in 1975 with a small group of community leaders, and then as you mentioned, the Town Hall series debuted over 40 years ago in 1981.
I can't imagine it's been that long.
It's been a long time, and actually in that span, over 200 thought leaders have come to our community, and really, you know, they've exposed our audience and our community to new ideas, new perspectives, and really stimulated important community conversations.
It's a wonderful, wonderful series. I've had the opportunity to partake in some of them, so we're going to hear about that, right? You're going to tell us about the lineup, Brenda.
Yes, we have a fantastic lineup for Town Hall 2023. So our series starts on January the 17th with Nobel Peace Prize winning journalist Maria Ressa, followed by Michael Phelps, former Olympian and mental health advocate. Then have retired 4-star Admiral James Stavridis, then Jose Andres, founder and chef. He was the founder of the World Central Kitchen,
Wow.
who would join our program. Then our final speaker for the season is New York Times op-ed columnist and 3-time Pulitzer Prize winner Thomas Friedman
Wow. And when does the series wrap up?
on April the 3rd.
Okay. So they all take place between the middle of January and April 3rd.
Yep.
And our
Yes.
viewers can, we'll run your website across the bottom so the viewers will know where to find out more information. I have how do you decide? Oh my gosh, how do you decide how to have your speakers? I mean, it must be challenging.
Yeah, so we have input from community members. We have a speaker selection committee that we work with that, we reach out to our patrons, survey our patrons to see what their interests are. So it's really a mix of folks that have been involved with the association for a long time who give ongoing input and obviously, being attentive to what our patrons are interested in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Now, where can our viewers go to get tickets?
So on our website, and I
Yes.
heard you're going to
Yes.
list our website, but it's rclassociation.org. You can also call us at 941-309-5100. This program is sold by subscription, and they're really going quickly, our subscriptions. So I encourage you to purchase a subscription. They're on sale right now. And single ticket sales will also be available after the holidays on January 2nd.
Awesome. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, where do the proceeds go from this series?
Well, all proceeds support Ringling College of Art and Design. And as Lauren mentioned, the series has committed over $11 million to Ringling College. All funds specifically support the student scholarships and ongoing library initiatives.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. I know it's a lot of hard work. I know you both enjoy what you do, or you wouldn't do it. So is there anything else that you'd like to share with our audience? Tell us a little bit more about, how this all plays out and how do you contact your speakers? I mean, I'm curious.
Well, so, as I said, we work with the speaker selection committee. There are agents, that we work with to book the speakers. We're constantly seeking feedback from the community about topics and speakers that would be of interest. But I also just want to mention, thinking about the holidays right now, this is a great time to think about purchasing a subscription for a friend or a loved one. It could be a great holiday gift. So would love for your viewers to keep that in mind as they're kind of wrapping up their holiday shopping. But this series, it's really unique. It's unlike any other program in our community to have this opportunity to hear from world leaders and thought leaders to really help us as a community to have important conversations.
Getting them here to Sarasota.
Yep.
Is that your job?
I think it's all about teamwork.
Yeah.
There's no I in
This
teamwork.
is true.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what you mentioned as far as giving it for a holiday gift, I think that's a great idea, to give somebody an experience, something that they'll remember and take away, because we all have a lot of things.
Absolutely.
But to be able to go hear our world famous
Yes.
guest speakers is,
Yep.
is awesome.
I'd like to add that there are actually 2 opportunities to go see and listen to each speaker. A morning session and an evening session.
Well, that's
So
great.
we make it very convenient for our audience and interested
it
members.
will take place on the same day.
That's
so
right.
One in the
Yes.
morning and
Yep.
one in the evening. Wonderful, wonderful. And it's going to be at the
Van Wezel.
The Van Wezel.
Yep.
So that's very convenient for guests and parking and everything. Anything else before we close?
Just thank you so much for having us to promote
course.
this series. The program, the Ringling College Town Hall series it's an incredible, I think, asset for our community, but it's also so great that we, are able to raise all the funds through the Town Hall series to support Ringling College and obviously the brand new state-of-the-art library that opened in 2017.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Of
Thank you so
course.
much.
Thank you both and the rest of your team. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Up next on Suncoast Fyi, Marta Hudson and Larry DeSano from the Sarasota Orchid Society. So please don't go anywhere. The Sarasota Orchid Society is a nonprofit dedicated to the education, appreciation, and enjoyment of the many varieties of orchids. Joining me now are Marta Hudson, the former president of the Society, and Larry Deziano, the show director, to discuss all the opportunities the Society affords the Suncoast. Welcome back. Larry, nice to meet you. Thank you both for being here. So,
Glad to be here.
a challenging question for me and maybe some of our viewers out there. How hard is it to grow orchids?
It's not really hard, but there are some unique things about orchids that make it difficult.
Okay.
Basically, there's two key things. One is, unlike plants that we're used to, orchids don't grow in soil.
Right.
They grow on trees or in bushes, on rocks.
All right.
And that becomes really the big differential between orchids and other plants.
Okay.
Now we put them in pots, which is not natural, but you won't find soil in these pots.
Right.
You'll find bark, inorganic materials, so that we can get air in there, get light in there. So usually what happens, and the number one reason people kill their plants, is they want to water too much.
Okay.
That becomes the key, is to water less, don't water if you're not sure, as opposed to watering because you're not sure.
Okay. Now, this I've heard is a myth. People have said put ice cubes.
Yeah, that was actually a myth that was started here in Florida by a grower.
Okay.
They basically were selling the plants and they knew they weren't going to live for next year anyway. So what's an easy way to keep the plant, sort of moist?
Sure.
Put a couple ice cubes in.
Okay. Don't
But
do that.
not something we never prefer to talk about.
Okay. Just another personal note. I've also heard that it's better to place the pot in a dish of water and let it soak there and absorb the water for a short period of time, or is that another?
Yes and no, it really depends on the type of orchid that you're working with.
Okay.
All orchids are not the same. They are different.
All right,
And what
and-
we try to do
Yes.
is keep them on the proper habitat and give them what they need
Okay.
from the region where they come from.
All right, and people will learn about that at the show.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay, so Sarasota, I see orchids all over. Why are they so popular here in Sarasota, would you think?
Just because what I just said, this is the perfect environment to grow many of these orchids.
Okay.
For instance, that one comes from South America, from Colombia, is a national flower. And the weather where that one grows is very similar to Sarasota, so they thrive here.
There you go.
So you just have to provide them with the right environment.
Well, before we go any further, I know you have a show coming up, and when is that, and where is that going to be held?
It's going to be at the Municipal Auditorium, 801 Tamiami
Tamiami.
Trail. It's a North Tamiami Trail. And it happens there every year, the first week of January. And this time it's going to be on the 7th and
8th of January.
7th and 8th of January. Saturday from 9 to 5, Sunday from 10 to 4.
Okay, and you have a website that our viewers
Yes.
can go to? Okay,
And a
we'll
Facebook
put that
page.
We'll put that
Yes.
across the screen for our viewers. So what should our guest, your guest, expect when they go to the show?
Well, what they're going to see is hundreds of orchids in bloom. We're going to have several large displays from local clubs in the area, Venice, Englewood, and Sarasota Orchid Society. There'll also be a large community display from the vendors, and there'll be 11 vendors there selling, and they will have hundreds of blooming and flowering plants. And one of the things I can also tell your viewers is that most of these things they probably have never seen before.
I went last year, and it was, oh my gosh, amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to going again this year. Now, in addition to the vendors and all of the beautiful, beautiful displays that you're responsible for, I understand there's workshops? that
Yeah,
you're gonna
one
have?
of the things we try to do is to, not only just promote growing orchids, but help people understand how.
Sure.
So we will have several lectures on Saturday and Sunday that will deal with Orchids 101, how to repot plants, how to grow specific types of orchids.
Okay.
And how
there's-
to buy them, because people are right there looking for orchids and they don't know what to look for. so they can learn how to do
Right.
it.
Okay. And is there an itinerary for the showgoers?
Not really. There's not an itinerary.
No? Once they enter the auditorium?
Exactly.
what
Once
should
you
they
enter
see
the
and do?
auditorium, you will be facing displays, and you have announcements of where to go, what workshops
okay.
are
Well, there you
available.
go.
And then when you walk around, you're just able to take photographs and jot down the names of the orchids that maybe have an award, because we do have, it is American Orchid Society judge
Sanction show, right.
show, and they will be judging, so they have beautiful ribbons, and you want to buy those that got the first place and the trophies. So you go back to the vendors and try to find them.
Okay.
And they'll also be able to ask the vendors as well as club members
Sure.
about the plants. It's one of the things that is nice about the orchid industry in general is the vendors are very helpful to let you know that this is not going to bloom for a couple of years, or this really has to be dry all the time. You can't put it in a pot. Not some orchids just will not go in pots at all. They have to be hung.
Okay. Well, this is not a trick question because I know you both can answer this. How many orchids do you own?
Oh, I can't tell you. I'm an
lost
addict.
count? I
Okay,
know.
I'm an addict.
How many?
I have a lot. I have hundreds
Yeah.
and hundreds of orchids.
She
They're
does.
everywhere.
I know you do. Larry,
I've
how
actually scaled back,
Yes.
but I was probably around a couple of years ago around 500.
Well, okay, so our viewers out there, if you want answers to any questions, you have to go to this orchid show. And again, it's the 7th and 8th of January at the Municipal Auditorium. Thank you both for being here, and we'll see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank
We're
you.
delighted to be here too. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
We hope you enjoyed the show today, and thank you for joining us on Suncoast FYI. If you would like to promote your nonprofit or community event, we would love to hear from you, and this is a complimentary service. Please call our producer, Adam Huntley, at 941-361-4645 or email fyi@snnTV.com. To view previous episodes, go to snnTV.com and click on the What's On tab. I'm Nancy O'Neill, and we'll see you next week on Suncoast FYI.